Hi everyone, let us learn how to create a 3D map in Excel. It is a new feature which was previously called as Power Maps, and they are available in Excel 2016 and above. In order to create a 3D map, the following points should be noted. Number one, you can create a 3D map based on two parameters. One is by values and the other one is by categories. The second point to note is 3D maps is powered by Bing. So in order for you to create a 3D map, you must possess an internet connection. So this is a data set on which I'm going to create a 3D map. It is based on the food inspection carried out in Seattle, and we are going to make a 3D map out of it. It has various columns like name, program identifier, inspection date, description, address, city, zip code, phone, longitude, latitude, inspection business name, and so on and so forth. It also has violation. So the violation done or the violation found when the inspection was carried out, it is labeled as blue or red. I'm going to select the entire data set now and then go to Inserts tab, go to 3D Maps. Now, say for example, you already have a tool running in your 3D map and you want to plot a new data set. So select that entire data set and go to add selected data to 3D maps. Since this is the first tool that I'm going to create now, I'm directly going to open 3D maps. This is the first tool that it is automatically recognizing based on my data. So here we have various legends. This is the field list. Field list is nothing but it gives you an idea of the columns that your data has. The data is recognized in form of layers in 3D maps. The first one is the data. So the way you want to visualize your data, it gives you the option and the flexibility of that. The first one is tagged columns. The second one is clustered column, which we have seen in bar graphs. This is bubble graph. This is heat map, and this is visualization to region. So basically, it will highlight the regional part. Then we have location. Whenever you give a location, be precise in giving the location to your 3D map because otherwise it is going to give you an error. For example, it tells me 0% right now. Let's click on it. So these are the issues that it is giving me. How to resolve these issues? Go to Bing and see what does this issue mean. And then you can come back and resolve it and make it to 100%. Right now, I'm only going to add longitude and let's see what happens. It also gives you the flexibility of selecting the city, country, region, county, state, province, street, postal code, full address, custom region set, and other. So the more information you have, the better your 3D map is gonna look like. I'm only going to select the city because I know that this data belongs to a city called as Seattle or a place called as Seattle. So next is height. So the height is basically the way we created bar graphs. Same way you will decide what parameter or what data point you want to visualize. So here the height would be, let's say, violation points. Then we have category. Category I'm going to select as name. Here, because we only have a date column, so it has automatically detected inspection date. You can also create various filters to hide and represent your data. I am not going to select any kind of filters because I'm quite happy with the way my 3D map looks like. There are various layer options. So basically, you can decide the thickness and the height of the graph that you want to show on your 3D map or you want to visualize on your 3D map. There is an opacity. This is color options. You can go for red. I'm going to change the color. You can also show the values. You can go for values called as zeros, negatives, nulls. Then there's something called as data card. What does the data card mean? A data card is nothing but a legend which tells you that what columns have you selected. There are various templates that it is going to give you. You can select any one that you want to show on your map, but because I want the field to be clear in order to visualize the globe or in order for the globe to rotate, I am not going to select any kind of the data card over here. So let's see. We can have a bar graph, we can have a stacked column. I'm going to close all these legends for now. So it's also giving me date and time option. You can close that also. This is another legend which is food inspection. I am going to clear this one also because I want my visualization to be or my field to be completely clear. Then there's something called as 2D chart. It is going to select the top 100 locations. Now I don't want it to be on my graph, so I am not going to select it, but you can again change the visualization and you can show it on your graph in if you want to represent what a particular value stands for. You can go for this option. Then there is custom regions. You can customize your regions that you want to show. Since my data already has a lot of points with respect to the location, this is not much of use to me. The second is find location. If you know a precise address or a location of any place, you can also add that. You can find it. There's something called as flat map. So a flat map will make the map into 2D format, but we are not here for 2D map. I want my data to be in a 3D map, so I'm going to make it into a 3D map. Then definitely I want map labels. Map labels are nothing but it's going to tell me the place name. You can also select various kind of themes like a black globe and there are various options with grayscale. Then you have a blue scale. Yeah, so this is a place where you can create a new scene. A new scene is basically a new visualization. But because I didn't have an intention to create it, I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to make it as blue. Now here you will be able to see that it says 5 seconds. The 5 seconds is nothing but when you play your globe or when you want the globe to move, it's only going to rotate for 5 seconds. Now here you won't be able to see much changes. We can go to settings and we can change it. For example, I want to make it to 30 and I want the transition to be every 1.5 seconds. Then it gives you an effect. So I'm going to keep the effect into circle. There are various kind of effects that you can add. I'm going to increase the speed because I want my globe to move faster. Yeah, I want the speed to be a little more. Scene duration would be 30. Okay, let's see. These are navigation bars, so you can zoom in your globe and you can also zoom out. You can move up, you can move down and right and left and right. Let us play this. So now you will be able to see that it is giving me a stacked column over here. And this is how it shows the visualization in 3D format. Let us make it a more customized format. I'm going to the settings. I want the scene duration to be as much as possible. So I'm going to select it 30 seconds. Okay, so transition time, I want it to be less. rotate the globe. So let's play this one and see how does it look like. Let us see how it would look like when we have a heat map. Let us see how bubble plot would look like. I'm going to change it to column graph now. Let's see. Again, you can change the color of these bars. You can also do a capture screen. So it is going to capture the current screen over here. So here you can see that I've taken a picture from the 3D graph and I've represented it over here. So this was all about a 3D map. Thank you so much.